Well, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. Uh, we have time yet. Teachers, can you hear me? Teachers?
Yes,
Okay.
I can
And
hear you, yeah.
you can see me. Okay. Let me see. Aliyah, you're home. Mm-hmm. Teachers. And, you know, good. So, in-class student, screen, and online student screen the same. I turned on my side too. So this one is my side, and then that one is the student side. So student side, you watch the same.
Do we still have a lot of students in class?
Just a moment. My earphone. Okay, good. Okay. Say something. Oh, problem. Technology is not always the problem. Sometimes the battery. Just a moment. My earphone doesn't work. Come on. In case, change. I use wireless now, but doesn't pairing well. So change. Okay, good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I have backup plan. Fortunately, backup plan work. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 missed. We change. Okay, welcome back. Today, first lecture about what is research and what is types of research. First, definition of research. The process of finding solutions to a problem after a thorough study and analysis of situational factors. So finding solution to a problem. So companies, business, sometimes they have a problem, like decreasing sales, or even it is not a problem outside honking. Even it is not a problem, they have a task. So given task, how can they get that achieve the task, complete task? So given a problem, solve problem, finding solution. So using study, analysis, and so on. That is research. Last week, I said I will give my example, my research. So I will bring up my most recent research. You can, but I will bring it up. Just a moment. This screen, come on. I submitted my research paper. Title is Analyzing COVID-19 Case Data to Examine the Effectiveness of Face Covering for Mitigating Virus Spread. So this one is kind of a proof of submitting. After I submitted the research paper, they sent me back proof of submitting. Looks like this. So for end of at the end of semester, you will develop team project. Looks like this. So one by one, I will give you a step-by-step guideline and kind of presentation about that paper. title of my research is like this. I read earlier. So, summary of my research. You know, around March 1st, between end of April, February, and early March, in the United States, the first case, and then after that it spread, and then New York area increased rapidly, and then now California is the most case state now, but at the time until the June, New York, New Jersey was number one, number two most case state. During that early stage of still there is controversy. Face mask, face cover, effective, not effective, like that. So I got this idea from media and news. President Trump, he didn't wear a mask in public, but people or like some states making a face mask then required like that. So there was controversy about face mask effectiveness. So that is my research idea. So we collected case data from 5 different states, such as New York, New Jersey, California, Texas, and Virginia. Because New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Massachusetts, Connecticut, those northeast side states required face mask in public around mid-April. But other states, such as California, Texas, Florida, and Virginia, they didn't some partially, like in Houston area, required, but other area kind of recommend. So California, Texas, and Virginia at that time, around during this research, we did this one end of May, between end of May and mid-June. So at the time, those states like that. So we gather data of 5 states and then compare between required face mask required states and then partially or not required states. Then based on our research using descriptive analytic and statistical inference, then we conclude face mask is effective to protect the people from coronavirus, and then mitigating spread. So that is a summary of our research. And then it's like a literature review. I will tell about the research process later. That one of the required part of the research is the literature review. That is, we think something we make the statement and hypothesis. Then to support our thinking, we need others' previous research or their opinion. So bring their opinion, their research, what they say. That is kind of a literature review. So face mask controversy, pros and cons. Cons first. They said experts and many politicians said face mask is not effective because most people do not know how to use face mask correctly. Some people, just cover the chin or uh, cheek, not mouth, not nose like that. So many people doesn't know how to use face mask correctly. So they said face mask doesn't work. And then somebody said if people use face mask, then shortage for the frontline people, hospital. So CDC suggested do not buy face masks. And then using face masks will create a false sense of security. Because in the United States, a long time, there is anti-face mask law. So many people resist wearing a face mask, kind of culture. And then experts said face mask or cover do not filter or block microscopic particles because the coronavirus is very tiny. So even we wear the face mask that can go through face mask. And then CDC suggested do not buy face mask. Instead, wash your hands, don't touch face, don't touch mouth, and then avoid the sick people. That CDC suggests like that, and then those things, wash your hands, and then don't touch, and then avoid that work better than wearing mask. And then pros. Many pros like this: medical mask or pirate tools used to protect droplet, airborne, and so on. So they said face mask, wearing face mask protect people from virus. Then a combination of wearing mask with wash your hand, don't touch, and so on like that work better. And then mask remind others if we wear masks, then others like make the distance. So and then medical face mask or other forms of facial protective like cloth cover alone effective. And then based on hamster utilized study by Hong Kong University, wearing mask can protect more 75% when mask were used. The mask can protect about 75%, 75% protect. So they are pros. And then I mentioned earlier briefly, New York, New Jersey, and other north east side states required face mask between mid and late April. But and then more states follow. But California, Texas, Florida, and Virginia didn't follow. Still, at the time, face mask was not statewide. Statewide requirement, partially or none. But Virginia, end of May, Virginia governor required after from 1st of June, Virginia required face mask. And then we collected the data from many different sites, CDC, Health Department with each state, then using a website such as Bing.com and COVID tracking project. This one is www.covidtracking.com. And then we divided states, face cover or face mask requirement state, New York and New Jersey. Then partial or non-required states, California, Texas, and Virginia. So New York, New Jersey required. And then the blue one, New York's daily case, and this one is New Jersey daily case. The green one. The New York case, we used adjusted daily case. We adjusted this one by the test, the number of tests, and then daily actual daily data adjust. And this one, New Jersey daily case using a 7-day moving average. So we try which one work better. Then we can see like this. Early March started, and then increased very rapidly the daily case. The same pattern, New York and New Jersey. And then from this point, like end of March, flatten. There is curve here. So we can assume this flatten or curve because of social distancing. So nationwide social distancing issues, don't remember exactly, but sometimes late March. So flatten, but not decrease. But after face mask required, then daily case decrease. New York decrease early, but New Jersey decrease later like this. So from this graph, we can see the face mask requirement work because daily case decrease like this. And then we used data before face cover required, after cover required. And then using a 5-day delay impact, and for the New Jersey 5-day and 14-day, because CDC and experts said after infected by the coronavirus, as early second day, symptom can appear, but mostly between 4 and 5 days. Most people, the infected people appear symptoms like cough, runny nose, sore neck, throat, and something like that. And then up to 14 days, appear that symptoms up to 14 days. So use 5-day delay and 14-day delay impact. Then before and after compare. For New York, actual data, using actual data, then total change before and after 232,000 and after 100,000. So total change means how many increase in total. So before requirement, the face mask requirement, more than double. So after, and then total case change rate is 15.3. But that after mask require 0.4, not much. And then daily change 11.57, but after 1.21. So using actual data and then using adjusted data, similar result. And then New Jersey, same similar result like this. And then California, Texas, and Virginia partially require or non-require. 3 states, California, Texas, and Virginia, blue, green, red, same. There is no curve. The trend is increase like this because they didn't use mask statewide requirement. And then compare daily and total case, 5 states until March 31st, and then until May 31st. Difference in New York, after until March 31st, and then until May 31st, the average is 33% increase. But from beginning to until May, 7.87, difference is 25%. And New Jersey, 31%, California only 12, Texas 24, and Virginia 15. In New York and New Jersey, social distancing and face mask effect, but other states maybe social distancing effect only 12% and 15%, but we assume Texas relatively big difference in partial and non-state because Texas uses the partial requirement, big city. So maybe Texas in Texas, social distancing and partially the face mask effect. And then total case, similar result. So on average, in required states, 28% change, partial or none, 17, daily case, 27, and 15. So from the graph and from descriptive statistics, we can see face mask has been effective to reduce or protect from coronavirus. So conclusion, discussion. So showing the visual, the graph, and then showing the data, descriptive analytic data. So we can say face mask is effective. And in addition, we use the hypothesis test. Alpha is 0.05. With the p-value is less than 0.05. So I didn't include that the hypothesis output and results, but based on that hypothesis test, we can support our this result can support our hypothesis. Hypothesis is that face mask effective to mitigate spread and then protect people from virus. In conclusion, wearing mask in Asia, this coronavirus, COVID-19, starts from Wuhan, China. And then China, the most people infected at the time. And then second was Korea. But now, other countries increased, but they controlled, and then not many people infected this time. So difference between like Western country and then Asia, many experts said because of the face mask. For example, in Korea, during flu season, like winter, then early spring, people wear masks because they try to protect from flu. Not much about the flu, but mostly the reason why they wear masks was the dust, the pollution. So wearing masks in China, in Korea, in Japan, I don't remember exact year, around 2015, I visited Osaka, Japan. It was early June, but some people wear masks. So weird. Why they wear a mask? But anyway, maybe because of the nuclear pollution near the Tokyo, so that affected the people wearing masks. So China, Korea, Japan, especially three countries, wearing mask was kind of natural habit. But in the United States, wearing mask is kind of against the law. So cultural difference. So from that cultural difference, this time Asian country, still there is more infected people there, but not many. But here, United States, Europe, and so on, still they protest and they're wearing masks, right? So cultural difference. And so the United States, our suggestion based on our research, we suggest the government, federal or state government, make a statewide and then nationwide face mask requirement, and then try to change culture to save people. So far, this is our research about the coronavirus, and then about controversy of wearing a mask. So this is the example what you will do during the semester. So I will ask like two research papers. First one is not like just practice for the practice. Then second one for your final project. So I will give you an idea one by one. Like that. Go back to our so this is research. So my case, the problem, raised problem is from the news, media, the controversy of wearing mask. So solution, using data and then analysis, we found face mask is effective. So that is a research, okay? This one from a Japanese kind of joke, something. So this is Chinese character, but this is Japanese character. So United States, if there is a problem, this is in Chinese character means problem and bombing using force. Then this one is solution or solve the problem. So in Korea, if there is a problem, then demonstrate. Then solve the problem. Yeah, still they do in Korea. And China, problem, then arrest, and then yeah, this time coronavirus, then they isolate people, the Wuhan, what do you call it, isolate. Then, but sometimes solve the problem, sometimes not. Like in Japan, if there is no problem, then discuss, but still problem. So this is kind of the research process. Problem, what they do, analyze, discuss, and find the solution. Okay, and business research in the business area, management uses a systematic and organized effort to investigate a specific problem encountered in the work setting. It needs a solution. So systematic and organized effort. I will tell what is next. Systematic and organized effort later, in next slide. And design and execute with the goal of finding answers to the issues that are certain to the manager in work environment. So the same and organized systematic database, critical, and so on. So what is systematic and organized effort? This is essential tenets, kind of steps or a requirement of the scientific research method. First, formulate questions. So by investigation or whatever, then find what is the problem, what's the problem. Because just do, but they don't know sales decrease or increase. Using data, this month, last month, compare, and sales decrease last year, this year. Then they find, right? So the question, problem is decreasing sales. Question, why? Why sales decrease? Then start the answer. Why the sales decrease? So first step is to formulate question from developing problem, and then question why, then develop hypothesis, a statement. Hypothesis is a statement. Decrease sales, so question is why, and then hypothesis. Not from data, but they think maybe the marketing problem, or maybe certain problem, maybe the market change, demand change, maybe customers' taste change. So there are many options. So maybe that one, then state that hypothesis. If they think because of the customers' taste change, then you can hypothesize like this. Because of customers' taste change, sales decrease, like this. Then about that, you need data or you need information to evaluate or to support your hypothesis. And design and research experiment, defining variables. What can be factor? What can be cause of like decreasing sales? Customer taste change. So customer change taste may be variable, and then collect the data about that. And then using a method, scientific method like a quantitative method, statistical method. And then based on analysis, you can conclude about your hypothesis, and then reflect upon results. So from my example, problem and question, the face mask, controversy. Then question, effective or not effective? And the hypothesis, our hypothesis, face mask is effective to mitigate spread and protect people from coronavirus. And then design and research, our variable, total case and daily case data. So daily case decrease, total case increase, but the increasing rate change. So total case and daily case are variables for our research. Then using graphical showing, and then using descriptive output, and then hypothesis test, and then conclusion based on the graph and then numbers, descriptive results, and then hypothesis test. We could conclude that hypothesis is support the hypothesis. So our test results like effective. And then based on our conclusion and discussion, reflect upon the results. We can make a recommendation like state and federal government require statewide and nationwide face mask requirement. Then we can save people like that. So my research followed these steps. So yeah, we made that research for the professional. So we try to publish that journal in a journal. So we should follow this tenet. So this is the scientific research method, or we can say a systematic and organized effort for research. Then types of research: applied and basic research. Applied research. To solve current problem. Do research, that is applied research. So try to solve current problem. That is applied research. Basic research, even it is not a current problem, but maybe a future problem or a future project. So the future project, do the research and then apply that research later. That is basic research, fundamental and pure research. Next type of research: case study and empirical study. We can say like that. If we use data, collected data, numerical data, then it is empirical study. Without numerical data, do research, that is a case study. So our the recent research, coronavirus, using coronavirus daily and total case data, that is an empirical study. And then I will show you another example of our research. Moment. Where are you? Go back. Just moment. Sorry. This one was my previous research, and then this one was published title was the JD Power Initial Quality Study, IQS, Impact on Automobile Sales, case study of Hyundai Motor Company, comparing with Toyota. So even I used data, sales data, and IQS data, compare, and then using linear regression technique, but not exactly, but we used Hyundai and Toyota case. So this is kind of a case study, even we use data. So usually, not exactly, usually if we use data, collected data from like a survey, maybe the historical data from internet or from somewhere. Using data, then research that is empirical, and then not without, but maybe without, maybe some data, but then we research kind of case, company case, or something like that. Then we call that case study. Usually, that's all. Then next types of research, cross-sectional and longitudinal. Cross-sectional, when we compare companies like statement, financial statement, so to evaluate their performance. So Nike and Adidas last year performance using a financial statement compare, then which company did well, better. You can evaluate like that. That case, we can call a cross-sectional study. Longitudinal, using different time, like last year, this year. So Nike, compare 2 years, last year and this year. Like they launch certain product. Then last year's sales, this year's sales. Compare two different terms. Then if sales increase, then keep that product. If the sales decrease, compare 2 years or 2 terms decrease, then launch new product like that. So same time compared to like companies or 2 groups, 2 samples, cross-sectional, different time, maybe 1 company, 1 population, then longitudinal study. That's all for the lecture. Okay, any question? What time is it? I used about 50 minutes. Okay. Last week announced not detail, but briefly make your own team, right? So based on your team request, I made a team like this. Elisa, your team number is 1. Based on your email, but not all. I will tell the reason later. So Elisa and Sheridan and Elia, Elisa, and Sheridan, 3 member team number 1. And team 2, Jenna. Jenna, your team number 2, and your team leader. And by the way, Elisa, you are team leader, team 1 leader, because you took my course earlier. The same, Jenna too. So team 2, Jenna, Brandon. And Jack. Oh, I thought you didn't come. You emailed me. And Adam. Adam Osata, not here. Yeah. Adam.
I'm here.
Yeah. So your team number is 2, 4 member group. 4 member group. And team 3, Chibujo.
I'm here.
Yeah. You're team leader because you took my other course earlier.
All right.
And Kenny. Kenny there? Okay. And Adnan? Can you hear me? Adnan.
So I'm here, Kenny.
Okay. Chibuju, I will email you team members email.
All right. So,
Okay.
okay, Doctor.
And team 4, Lijes.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. You're team leader, team 4.
Okay.
I remember earlier your team number was number 4.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Mona Bascota.
Yeah, she told me she couldn't come to class today, so
Okay.
but she's my friend.
And Daniel.
Yes.
Okay. Your team number 4. So Lijes, I will email you team members contact email.
Okay, thank you.
Team 1, because team 1 originally sent me 4 member, but Adnan and Alia, you are the same address, so I make them separate. Because if you work together, then you don't learn much, okay? So I separate you household. So I will email you to team leader, your team members' contact information such as email. So next week, Monday, Labor Day, no class, right? And then second Monday from today, online. So by 2 weeks later, on Monday, team leader contact your team members and then make team like a Zoom or Google, what's that? Google something, and WebEx, whatever, or Microsoft Teams. So using whatever the method, gather your team member and then discuss. So I don't give you exact one topic, but topic for first your research, kind of practice research about coronavirus situation. So I can I will give you an example like this. My case, my research was about face mask controversy from face masking controversy. So still, there are so many controversies. About face mask. Some people doesn't like, they don't like wear a face mask. Some people okay. So you can ask people, do you like wearing mask? Is it okay wearing mask? So using a survey. So if you select that topic, then make later. I will give you guide about that later. So if you choose the kind of topic, then using survey. What else? About okay. Earlier, President Donald Trump in the United States, the case increased a lot. Then President said that increasing because of the number of tests increase. Then we can evaluate that. It is true. So if you can get tested data, the case data, then using whatever statistical method, you can prove it. This is right or this is not. What else about this situation? Maybe you can make a case study. This time, last week, Marriott University has case. Students reported infected. Scranton, University of Scranton, they started fourth semester a week earlier than us. First week, I heard more than 10 cases. Williamsburg. What is that? Bloomsburg. More than 30. And then the school changed it to all online. Like that. So if you can get information or even it is not data, after since starting a new semester, which score, how many, then they change online or something like that. So I will give you exact one topic. So during 2 weeks from today, discuss with your team members, leaders, maybe one, maybe two, decide the possible or candidate topic. Do you know what I mean? And then Monday from 2 weeks, online class. It's about data. How can we can get data for the research at that time? Let's discuss about your team practice research topic. Question? Okay. If you don't have a question, then that's all for tonight lecture.
Hello.
And then I gave you your teamwork. Have a nice, safe days, and then see you Monday, 2 weeks later.
Sorry, Dr. Kim, I have a question.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. I have a question.
Say again.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Or like a suggestion though. Like the data from your, the research you carried out, the COVID-19 research, could you share the data with us? Or maybe share?
If you need the data, what I have, then I will share.
All right. That's fine. Thank you. That's what I want.
Any other question?
No.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me? कोई प्रॉब्लम है माइक में खाली टीम रिपीट करना बोल ये रियल में हेलो
Yeah. I can hear you.
Could you please repeat my team members?
I can hear you, but not clear.
I want to know my team members. Yeah.
Your team number is 3. Your team leader is Chibujo. You can see Chibujo's screen up there. Yeah.
Oh.
He's your team member and then leader. And then who? Kenny Barrett.
Okay.
He's not here today, so I will email you team leader and 2 members contact information.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Yeah, I actually have one just to summarize all this. So the only thing that you you need us right now is just you are going to send us the topics and we're just going to decide what we are going to talk about, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else additional you need or that you want to start? Just decide.
Based on your topic, then I will guide you how to get data.
Okay.
If you need a survey, if you need a certain website, then I will guide you. So
Okay.
it's based on your topic.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so
then,
much.
Later, if we need like a team meeting, then I will attend your team meeting.
Okay.
So team by team, I will give you a suggestion and guide and so on.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
It's like our lecture all together, and then we may use a breakout room for of this Zoom, but I don't want to that function. Instead, team by team, make your team discussion meeting, then invite me, then I will go there and then work together. So this time is like work all together and then team by team. I will go. Okay. Any other question? Okay. That's all, and then see you 2 weeks later on Monday. Bye.
Bye.